All right. Shit. I'm getting people invited in here.
With some needs elsewhere, there's some questions about what's going on with San Francisco State. It's with Eric Armstead, who won football this morning. He said it's pretty confident that he's not going to. They have not heard any whispers today of a trade. I don't think he's going to move this weekend. You know, that will move him on the thing for a third day draft or and then something next year. It's going to be something next year. You have to wait till this is over. To do it right now. So. A.J. Brown goes. It looks like Debo's staying. It's now time for Buffalo to choose. And it's the Broncos' first choice. And they are ready to the third round here in Vegas. Let's send things inside the draft hall right now. Let Stevie Johnson make this pick. Please welcome 2000 NFL birthday wide receiver from the University of Kentucky.
Hey, I'm excited to announce one of the 3 New York State football teams.
Hey, look, check this out. There's only one football team in New York State, and that's the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, what's up, guys?
With that being said, Bills Mafia has chosen James Cook.
James Cook, first pick of the third round. Dalvin Cook's brother. That's a good pass catcher for Buffalo. And it seems like that's something that they wanted to add this draft, is like a kind of like a Patriot style third down pass catching back.
What do you think that will look like? I think every linebacker in the AFC East has been put on notice. Good luck, guys. I've seen everybody at the collegiate level try to cover him out of the backfield, not just running routes from the backfield, actually splitting out a wide receiver, Rich, as you saw against Michigan. He is a nightmare in the passing game. He's got home run ability. Obviously, the brother of Dalvin Cook, you see a lot of similarities in their run style. He can make you miss in tight quarters. That stop-start weakness, that's going to look familiar. Very balanced and loose. Talk about his ability to be able to change direction, to stay on balance, pull through tackles. Not the biggest guy in the world, but he plays.
All right. Sorry, guys. Just getting set up here.
Watch how fun this is. Little pull route. And then the explosiveness afterwards. Here he is splitting out wide. I think we found one against Tennessee, Charles. Yes, we did. Double move. I know you felt the ball on the shoulder. That's what you're going to do. There he is with his brother, Dalvin Cook. Again, this is going to be a fun division. Josh Allen got a big-time weapon. What I love about James Cook is his ability to attack. When lined up outside, not just coming out of the backfield. And Michigan, they were more nervous to defend James Cook than anybody else the entire season. That's Dalvin in the back there in that motion.
All right.
By the way, Minnesota visits Buffalo this fall. That'll be a fun matchup with the Cook brothers. So does he stay at the hotel or does he stay with his brother? Interesting choice. All right, so here is the Denver Broncos' first pick. Elvis has entered the building.
Yeah. Broncos are picking right now. Elvis Doomerville announcing the pick. Nick Bonito. A lot of people liked him out of Oklahoma. A lot of people liked him as a rusher. I was not super high on him, but a lot of people liked him. So, yeah, they definitely need some help at edge.
Tracer on him, so you can see his ability to bend. It almost looks like a perfect circle. Once he gets to the top of his rush, now you're going to overset. That's fine. He's going to come right underneath you.
So,
Backfield to make a play.
I can't wait for my Raiders to pick, man. It's actually going to happen pretty soon. Thought it was already the third round, but it's not. Just got home. Long day at work. So it looks like in round 2. Let me pull up what I've missed in the draft tracker here. I definitely had been following just a little bit of it. I saw Christian Watson was one of the Devontae Adams picks. So it's Quay Walker and Christian Watson for Devontae Adams and basically a new contract, right? So that's interesting. So let me go to round 2 just to make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Yeah, the edges really flew off the board there. Looks like Ebiketie went early to Atlanta. That's a really nice pick for them. I liked Ebiketie. Breece Hall, interesting. First running back taken there. New York Jets, I mean, they already had 3 picks, and they've addressed a lot of positions of need there. So I understand them going Breece Hall there. Definitely could have seen them also going after like McCreer's already off the board there, like a Jalen Petrie who got picked right after, or Andrew Booth. But I get it, like I get it. You want to have that with that Robert Saleh kind of like 49ers AFC kind of feel too. You want to have a bunch of horses in the stable at running back. And even though the 49ers seem to spend a lot of second round picks and third round picks on running backs and stuff, it's always like their undrafted guy that's the best, which is, it's going to be funny when Michael Carter is still their best running back next year. But Breece Hall still looks really good for them there. I mean, you could definitely see that paying off right away. Bears get their first pick. They go Kyler Gordon. So that's a good athletic corner for them to get. They definitely need a lot of help everywhere. But, again, they didn't feel pressured to reach for an offensive player. As you see the run on edge and corner, they didn't feel the need to go help Justin Fields on offense. They'd rather help him out by, limiting the other team from scoring. So that's not bad. Boye Mafe was a guy I really liked coming out, and I'm glad he went to Seattle in the NFC so I can kind of just root for him, not worry about playing him too often. And really like Boye Mafe. I think he's an older defensive end as far as, compared to some of these other guys that have coming out. But, to me, I talked about it on the mock draft, like age of these NFL players. It doesn't really matter too much because how long do you even have these guys, right? I mean, long gone are the days where a guy stays his whole career with one team. Like for the most part, these guys are going to play for multiple teams in their career. So if you can get the first 4 years of that guy, that's typically, all you can really guarantee. And even then you can't exactly guarantee that, but the first 4 years of that guy, you go get him. You go get his years 24 through 29. So John Mechie goes to Houston. That's a great signing for them, or a great pick for them. I really liked him. He's I think he's more of a slot, but I mean, that's a damn good slot receiver that they're getting there. So you probably could think Brandon Cooks will be on the trade block at some time this year, or even moved at some point. Seems like that would be the right way to go. But yeah. So they've turned Deshaun Watson so far into a guard, Kenyon Green, and John Mechie. So very interesting. David Ojabo to the Ravens is insane. Like, gosh, George Pickens, Alec Pierce, Sky Moore, 3 in a row, Steelers, Colts, Chiefs. Alec Pierce is the one I like the most out of those 3, even though everybody else seems higher on the other 2. Really like Alec Pierce. So yeah, we are rolling. Jaguars are picking right now. Tony Baselli, beast. Now it's in the pick. So look at a center, Luke Fortner out of Kentucky. Not too familiar with him, but this is the guy. So this is going to be the guy, huh? Maybe this could be the guy snapping the ball to Trevor Lawrence for, decent amount of time. I feel like when you what I just said about not getting guys for most of their career, I feel like center's like the position where you can get a guy for his whole career, besides like the kicker and punter. But they're showing a lot of Will Levis highlights in the centers play. Will Levis, that's my guy next year. That's my guy, and already staking my claim in the Will Levis hive. I mean, he looks the part, man. He looks the part. Big arm, can move, good feet, man. Whew. This was a fun stream last night. Let me share real fast here. Let me get my guy Rainmaker in here. Hold on. All right. Vikings are picking now. Ooh, Brian Asamoah. Yeah, a lot of people are high on him too. It's definitely like a fast linebacker, kind of the modern day, just light in the pants, glorified safety kind of linebacker. I haven't hated what the Vikings have been doing. People have been like mad. I'm hoping to get my man Ryan the Lion in here to talk about his Vikings. I actually, I'm rooting actively against that GM. I don't want him to succeed. I didn't think they got good value in that draft, but that kind of more speaks to their just not being quarterbacks people want to trade up for, or reasons to stay at that pick. But I kind of like, although it would have been cool to see Jameson Williams on the Vikings. I didn't hate what they did. It looked like they traded back again in the second round, but I mean they got Andrew Booth. So to trade back that many times and get picks and then get Andrew Booth, that's not bad. I don't hate that at all. So saying the Kobe Dean's still on the board because of a pec strain that he chose to not have surgery on. Interesting. There's a lot of linebackers on the board here. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on?
Shit. Just fucking talking about Nakobe Dean, about him not getting picked yet.
Oh, yeah. I feel like there's got to be something on the medicals at this point.
They said it's a pectoral issue that he chose to not get surgery on.
Okay.
Which that's pectoral take you out for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it's gross when people tear their pec. I've seen powerlifters and bodybuilders that
all the time
tear their pec, and it's like it's gruesome. It's like a giant bruise. So is the idea like he didn't want to sit out for 6? He didn't want to have
I don't
Jabo
know.
situation.
They literally just said I could only hear parts of what Rappaport was saying, but it was it's something with the pectoral. So they're
this feels like
at 86. If he's there, I'm taking him.
Yeah, this also feels like kind of a failure of the NFL intelligence community or Schefters and whatnot. Like, how come we never heard about this?
No, I'd heard there were some bad medical possibilities.
Okay.
They never specified. I'd heard like some stuff they didn't, they didn't say was it a knee or anything. Pectoral, at least that's something like if I take him in the third round, he needs a year. I mean, it's not the ideal situation, but I do it.
Yeah, and people heal up. I mean,
he's good, man.
That probably means like fourth round then, because like Ajabo went second. That probably means if he's facing the same penalty that Ajabo did, but at a different, he's playing a different position and he's a little less desirable, then that kind of seems like that might end up where he's going.
Yeah, how about that, by the way? Ajabo to the Raven. The Ravens just, I feel like they drafted like 3 all-pro potential players.
A+ franchise from just a team building standpoint. I mean,
amazing. Got rid, and dude, you know what's going to be super alpha is when they don't pay Lamar.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
He's right on that cusp. That's those are the type of decisions we're going to start seeing, and I think it's going to be weird for fans.
Yeah, but and even then too, like I'm not even saying he's not worth the money right now. What I am saying is how electric is Lamar 5 years from now with his legs, like to where it's like you need that out of him. You need the 100-yard rushing games with multiple touchdowns. Like you need that out of Lamar. But like I don't know how many more years he has of that. I mean, it's unrealistic to say that a quarterback into his. I mean, he's still young. I think he came out pretty early, so I think he's a lot younger than we think. I think he's only like 25 or 26 or something. That's worth looking up. That I think so that makes sense if you're gonna give him, but he's gonna want that like 6-7 year like.
He's 25. He's 25.
Yeah, that's okay. A 5-year deal, I do.
Okay, yeah,
I probably do it.
I mean, he'll be fine until he's like 31. He's not going to have the Tom Brady timeline, obviously, but it's still not the worst. But he's right there at that level where you're kind of, I don't know, like 8th to 12th range. Where I mean, you're going through it with Derek Carr a little bit.
Yeah, and with Carr, I feel like at least I know I can get the baseline Carr. Like that his game plays into like his 30s. That's like it's totally fine. Like that's now if Carr, like I said, like just Lamar, it's like if I get just like mainly pocket passer Lamar, like I don't know. Like I don't know if I'm in on that for a top contract.
That's the beauty of a guy like Josh Allen, because he can do some Lamar stuff when he has to, but it's not his bread and butter, and it's just kind of a change of pace thing.
Yeah, definitely. So so we still have there's only one quarterback's gone so far. Actually, you know what? Before we say that, I can't not let you address the pick number 29 last night.
Speak on Cole Strange. Okay, so
say something strange about Cole.
I was like down in the dumps last night after it happened. I felt like I'd been basically kicked in the nuts.
I'm there all the time. That felt like something we did. Like it's
very Raiders-y, where it's like, well, this is the guy on the board. I don't care what everyone else says. Like it's like, dude, you're participating in a marketplace right now. Like, and you need to act like it. But you know, you go through the stages of grief and you start to rationalize. I mean, he could be like a Michael Onwenu, who we drafted and is one of the top interior linemen per PFF grading. One of the big cope that I see with the local media is same measurables as Logan Mankins. Yeah, they love that. You know,
that's great. I like it. It's good, and I wouldn't be surprised if he is good. It's still one of those things where it's like, there's no way that guy, even if you could reach in round 2 and you still would have probably got him. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like, it's not so much, it's never like, oh, does he suck? It's like, probably not. Like, we saw the McVay clip, which was funny because the McVay clip, that what I took from that, I didn't even think he was clowning. I truly didn't think he was clowning. I thought Matt McVay was pissed off that his scouting people didn't let him know that he didn't have to watch that guy. He's like, I fell in love with a player that I had no chance of getting.
You could tell that him and Snead had a few pops at that point.
McVay was hitting Adam Gates.
Yeah,
he looked sick in that.
I don't know. It pissed me off. They're laughing like hyenas. Like, just it's like,
I think they were laughing because McVay was like, I need to talk to my scouts who have and my my pulse around the league guys, because I think he's like, we don't have a pick till the 3rd round. I shouldn't have even wasted my time with this guy. I thought he was going to be I think that was how I took that. Personally.
That certainly was not how the unwashed masses of football Twitter took it, though. You know,
I know it's. So they got the Miz announcing.
Nice.
Is he an Ohio guy?
Yeah, he's from like Parma or something like that.
Yeah, he's getting.
Yeah, he's from right outside of.
Okay. Martin Emerson. I'm not familiar with him. Out of
we're starting to get into the players that I'm not familiar with. Like Brian Asamoah, I know because that's a huge pound the table guy for Mike Renner.
Yeah.
But I mean, the top half of the second round was I was just like, yep, okay, sure.
That's
sure.
where
every pick.
Yeah, as a Raider fan, the 1st round pick last night, us not having a 1st round pick, I was like, this is fine. Like, there was nothing there that I really felt like I was missing. Like, I didn't care about Quay Walker, I didn't care about Kyer Elam. Like, those guys don't do anything for me when you get Devontae Adams. Now, the 2nd round pick, I was like, ooh, there was somebody there. Like, that was where I got interested. Now, that being said, I love Devontae Adams, so I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. It's like the best draft pick of last night was probably by the Eagles getting AJ Brown. You know, if you can get a superstar, that's the whole point of this game. I mean, we still play the cap management game and getting value, but at the end of the day, that's kind of where you want to end up.
Well, and the Eagles are so in such a good spot with that because they have a quarterback on a rookie contract, and then at that moment, even if he's not the guy, they'll probably replace him with a quarterback on a rookie contract. That's probably what'll happen. I don't think they do the big veteran comes here next year. I don't think that's what they're going to do.
One of the spiciest takes I heard was that Philly is now kind of could be a Tom Brady landing spot with all that talent.
That's what people. I heard Renner say that today.
Yeah.
I heard that. I don't know, man. I think Brady's. I have a thought about Brady this year, and I don't even want to say it because it's gonna sound like some hater shit.
I'm becoming a Brady hater, so fire away. But,
I think he's gonna take the hit he shouldn't take this year.
Oh, he's gonna get a knockout.
Right.
He's gonna get the knockout blow.
The Brett Favre, the Kurt Warner. It's gonna happen, and it shouldn't. It just doesn't feel right that he came back. Oh, Nicholas Petit-Frere to Tennessee. I like him.
He's a project. He's got.
That's where you take him.
He's got everything. He's got everything you want, but just the tape.
No, it's not great. But that's what I do. I just take right now in the 3rd round. I mean, I'm starting to think this way for almost all rounds, but like the third round is when I'm like, let me take the biggest psycho freak guy I can take. Like, it's just make it just an insane, like, who's the most athletic guy on my board?
You want a psycho freak? Sam Williams out of Ole Miss, the edge rusher. That guy has
that little guy still available from is it North Carolina? No, not North Carolina. There's like a little guy from like a smaller Carolina school wide receiver. Is he still on the board? Like at 5'7", he's like 5'7". He's hella fat.
I don't think I know who you're talking about.
I was on a stream with Marcus Johnson, and he brought it up one time, and I just cannot remember what that guy's name was. But nonetheless, I don't know if he's still there or not, because I saw Wan'Dale Robinson win, and I actually kind of liked him. So
yeah, the problem with the Wan'Dale Robinson pick, and I was talking with my Giants fan friends about this, is it kind of signals that they are almost already moving on from Kadarius Toney, since they basically do the same 100%. Thing, which that sucks. You just spent a first round pick on a wide receiver, and he's already in the, like, I don't know if this is a guy bucket. That's a tough thing to
is this have. Becoming like a new thing now, like with CJ Henderson last year, just like 1 year we're toasting. Like it's like becoming like way more normal now. Just like 1 year of like not even. Tony was hurt last year, but when I saw him on the field, I was like, man, this guy could kind of play. Like,
I think there's some motivation and like interpersonal type issues there.
It's got to be bad though. It's got to be bad.
Yeah, they're better at, and the media also doesn't like playing along with reporting on that stuff as much as they used to. Which kind of sucks. Like, but yeah, I mean that's a failure right there. I mean, if you have a first round pick and you're already like trying to replace it, and he plays kind of a niche spot.
Do you think so you're saying we're getting to the spot where I just saw Chad Muma went. I was a lot of people are really high on him.
That was another guy, for possible Patriots.
Interesting. So Jacksonville has Devin Lloyd and Chad Muma to spend back-to-back, or not back-to-back picks, but back-to-back picks on linebacker. Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't understand. The trade up for Devin Lloyd's interesting because I really like Devin Lloyd, but I was like, I guess you did have to trade up. Somebody was probably going to take him, but I feel like it wasn't that necessary.
I think they were afraid of the Pats, but
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I get what, because linebacker is still a coach's guy position. So like, I understand why teams take them, like early, because I get why like they're kind of being phased out a little bit for like the hybrid. Like we're like I was telling Zach last night on the stream, like we're like 10 years away from them just not existing at all.
You think it'll just be DBs and
like the linemen? Position will exist, but it'll be 215-pound DBs. Like it'll just and so those guys will learn how to play the run. Like there's going to be some revolutionary way to like play the run with like the lightest defense of all time. Like something's going to happen. I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, I kind of like when football was is a little bit cyclical, because then you can have like the team that's just going to pound the rock. But if it's just going to keep going that way, that's a little worrisome to me. I don't know. I like that you can have like counter strategies. Like if
I hope so. We need the. I know they don't wear cowboy collars, but we need the cowboy collars type linebacker like that. We need that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Let's see. Oh, the other thing I wanted to bring up about drafting Cole Strange is like that's the behavior of a title team, and they need to like realize what their identity is.
Right.
Like that's we have a need here at guard.
Just trust me, man. You doubting me? I'm
gonna fill it. Like, and I think it's like, I don't know, like a guy who like had like a executive position and he gets canned and he's just coming in and he's a line employee now. And it's like, you got to behave differently. You got to carry yourself differently. You got to make different decisions.
Yeah, exactly. They got rid of Shaq Mason. So there is a spot for him at least.
I mean, it's good. It's in that vacuum. It sounds like good process. We didn't want to pay this guy. We got a guy on a rookie deal. We're going to do that. But it's a guard,
Guard on a rookie deal is not saving that much money.
I remember, I forget who was giving the interview. It was some known lineman. I want to say Joe Thomas, but I don't know if it was Joe Thomas. And they said like basically the difference between like the best guard and like a mediocre guard is 2 sacks a year.
Yeah.
And it's like, crazy. And like you see tackles give up 6 sacks in a game, like one game, not the whole year. So it's kind of, you have just so much wiggle room because you're in a phone booth. You can screw up and the other guy will bump him and stuff. Like that's typically why the right tackle has an advantage because the tight end's over there too.
Great name just got picked by Chicago. Velvis Jones Jr. out of Tennessee. Can't say
I've heard that's a receiver, right?
Yeah, receiver. He's got a little yak. Little yak is kind of his game. He's kind of a kind of middle of the field yak guy, it looks like. But I actually I know I'll be careful with my words here, but there's narratives about quarterbacks like Justin Fields, where every team's draft pick needs to be like a Hall of Fame wide receiver or Hall of Fame offensive lineman for him, or else you failed him. And but I loved what they did in the second round.
People are psycho with Justin Fields. It's like kind of crazy. Like you don't even hear them talk about Trey Lance that way. It's just like
not at all, actually. Like, you know what I mean? Like and like Fields has issues. Like it's not all the Bears. Like there is issue. Like there's tape guys that watch. They're like, yeah, he's just like not seeing things as that. Ohio State's offense is very much a one read offense. That's why I don't like Matt Corral. It's the same style. Like I think Matt Corral stinks, and like because it's not even that he's wasn't a good player in college. Like his tape is good, but everything's just that one read RPO kind of thing where like you're not even allowed to like go to your third read, like and or second read, and with Justin Fields, there's issues there. But what they did, they got Kyler Gordon and they got Brisker, right?
I believe yes,
yeah. That's good business right there, dude. With Jalen Johnson and that.
Yeah, and you don't like. I'm looking at the Jags draft right now. It's 4 defensive players, 3 defensive players and a center. But you don't hear people being like, they're not giving they're not giving Trevor weapons.
Well, fuck, they spent $21 million on a fucking wide receiver who's not that good. I mean, it's like you can't say they didn't prioritize anything.
No, I know.
Yeah, like these guys, like it's like if their fans are mad, I mean, I think that makes their defense really good right now. I mean, even Trayvon Walker, it's like who I'm low on. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he had sacks next year if he like found a way to like rush the passer. It's not out of the question. And if Nick. Yeah, I'm sorry, Nakobe Dean, but Devin Lloyd and this Chad Muma guy. I mean, like those guys are going to play. Like those guys are going to play next year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, they're put together a fairly nice draft so far.
I mean, they don't have much at corner, right? I mean, that's a bit rough. But that division's about as run heavy as a division can be in the NFL now. Like that AFC, that kind of AFC South style run. I mean, like I see what they're doing.
Do you think that Walker will play like interior? Because that's no, Trayvon Walker. Sorry.
Sorry.
Because that's like a thing I keep hearing now too. Like they're gonna use him maybe like a Eric Armstead type guy and move him
that frame. I mean, you have to try it with that frame.
Yeah.
Was he 6'6", 270? Beast.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, everything I've hated on with Trayvon Walker, like I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being really good. But he could also be. I mean, I actually thought the comp they were talking about on PFF today, I forget which one. Like he could be Jadeveon Clowney.
What we thought Clowney would be, or what Clowney is?
No, I mean what he is. Like where you're just like, God, it should have been better. Like even though. That being said, like Jadeveon Clowney produced way more in college than he.
Because Clowney would have been sick in the 90s. Because like he's very good against the rush and all that, but like just the way he never did edge rusher stuff. I don't.
He's the best run stopping defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's a monster. I mean, Khalil Mack too, but I think Clowney even has him beat there. But like,
I was gonna say Calais Campbell, but he's getting pretty old.
Yeah, that's true. I guess. Like a true edge, though, is what I meant.
Yeah.
Like an edge.
Campbell's like the type of defensive end that Belichick used to like.
That's like just big
Ty Warren. Like,
yeah.
I'm 285. Like, I can set the edge. That's what worries me is I feel like he still thinks like that. I don't know.
He probably does.
Like that's why he got Chase Winovich, and Chase Winovich couldn't get to the passer, and also. I think he was injured and like kind of stayed injured forever. And I think Belichick just kind of decided that like he was like soft. Like, oh, you're dragging out your injury. I don't really know how that stuff works with football guys. I feel like they just expect you to come back, and when you can't, or if you're not willing to, they're just like, all right, see ya. Like,
does Seattle take a quarterback right here?
I don't know. I mean, that's
you have a great. I mean, it's kind of where the board lie. I mean, you almost kind of like. I kind of almost want the Raiders to take a swing at quarterback at their pick coming up.
I mean, yeah.
How do you not take Malik Willis in the 3rd round? That does more for you than anything. If that's like,
especially, I mean, they're not going to get Baker. It sounds like the Panthers are kind of the ones right now that are top of the Baker. It's not a sweepstakes. I don't even know what to call it.
They got Abraham Lucas, who I wanted for the Raiders. I like him. Big tackle from Washington State. He's like 6'8", 6'7".
No, he hasn't come off the board yet. The Minnesota guy. I don't like that guy. I think he's too big.
Lele. Yeah, that's too big.
He's a meme player, but
yeah, very meme. He's too big. There's such a thing. Despite what ladies tell you, there's such a thing.
He falls over. He like gets out over his toes and falls over because he's too big. He's like a,
Yeah, that's one of those times where being Samoan really helps too, because you're like, he's Samoan, he'll figure it out.
Yeah, oddly enough, he didn't go to like a Utah school.
Yeah, dude. We crushed the Pac-12. Utah, USC, Cal, Berkeley. They all are just like stuffed to the gills with Samoan guys. Even UCLA, I think they had Tyson Alualu back in the day. Like that,
No, I mean they build them bigger there. That, and
they're always solid in the NFL, no matter what. It's like crazy. None of them ever stink.
Yeah.
Like even Star Lotulelei was picked really high. He's like still in the league, like he's like
yeah. Well, his hype train was insane, but then he was just like kind of a solid defensive tackle, and it was like, okay. Well.
I remember being really mad when the Raiders took DJ Hayden over him. They're both still in the league. Like they were never good, but for some reason people still employ them.
Yeah, I mean, if you can stick in the league for 8 to 10 years, you're a good football player. Like
100%.
That's that.
Yeah, like it's especially in today's era, like it's just like where people just cycle through players like nothing. The Colts got Alec Pierce.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Cincy. Yeah.
That was in the 2nd round. That made me happy, like because they just drafted Jelani Woods, who's kind of like that speed tight end guy. I
didn't really scout the tight ends much because there weren't any like top ones, but the sort of thrust of it is that it's deep. There are a lot of guys that are okay.
Yeah, what's his name went to the Trey McBride, right? Was the first one he went to Arizona.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good pickup. And people are taking them when they're supposed to take them. Like, there's been only a couple huge reaches this draft, like huge, like where you're just like, how does that? I mean, not to remind you again, but like, there's only been a couple, like, which I don't.
New Orleans drafted a corner from Tennessee that I had never heard of.
I was lost on that one.
Which I was like, okay.
But you know what? You have to trust them with corner.
Yeah.
It's weird the way they do it. Paulson and Debo last year, that people were all over the map on him when they took him, and he's like a legit good starter already.
Yeah, they seem to be able to scout corner really well, so they get some more leeway.
So scheme dependent, man. Like corner, like if you or in coaching development, it's so dependent on that. Falcons are up right now. Desmond Ridder to Atlanta.
Wow. Okay.
Cool. I like it. I like it a lot, actually.
Yeah. Why not?
Marcus Mariota's my comp for him, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he probably the highest floor of these guys. People always talk about Kenny Pickett as being safe, but like I watched him, he's not very accurate. Yeah. He does all kinds of crazy, crazy throw stuff.
You heard me say in Discord today, I think his floor is like Taylor Heineke, or maybe not even floor, but
yeah, Heineke's like a bad Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I don't think Pickett has the arm like Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick has a fucking cannon.
Yeah,
like
that. That feels like it could be unless their mindset with Pickett is we're still in the market for next year. but I don't know. That could be a big mistake for them. That could set them back a few years as a franchise.
For what exactly? I'm sorry, which one?
The Steelers drafting Pickett.
Yeah. I had Zach from the Discord on here for the pick when it happened, and I'm gonna cut it up, and I feel bad because he handled it so well. No, he was so good. Like, I would have melted down, but he handled it so well. It was just like, oh, Pickett, okay, yeah. Now, that being said, the quarterback that he thought it was Malik Willis, and he's still on the freaking board right now. So nobody's, like
that's he's not in a green room, is he? He's like somewhere else.
I mean,
right?
I'm not tripping, right? He didn't. Nobody's taken him yet.
No.
Yeah,
no.
Okay.
Ritter's the second QB off the board in the third round.
Right. Insane. And they're saying Carolina's going to come up for somebody in this third round right now, which I can't even blame them for at that point.
I mean, I would have taken Sam Howell in the third round just because, at this point, you can stash a QB and trade him to a QB needy team too. Like, as long as you keep him clean and like make sure he doesn't put anything terrible on tape. Like, that's what the Pats did with Garoppolo.
Yeah, exactly. And he was he second or third round?
Second round. Okay.
That's right. I do remember that. That was the same year as Carr and Bridgewater and them, I think. So they got the pro comp Dak Prescott with Ritter. No, he's not.
They never
Just listen to me. He's Mariota.
There's one guy, I think it's Nate Tice. He gives like good, reasonable
like
comps.
Mm-hmm.
Like he gives like a mediocre player that he'll comp the guy to, and he's like, well, that's what I think he probably will be. It's like, wow, okay.
I mean, they're not all not all going to be good.
They got to give those comps though, because like people watching aren't all like insane football fans. If you're just,
you know what though, I'll push back on that. If you follow Nate Tice on Twitter, you're at least like a pretty big football fan.
No, I mean on the national broadcast.
Oh yeah.
When they give the Dak because fans will be like, oh, okay, yeah, I know. Like, they're just saying he's that type of quarterback.
Agreed. No, that 100%. Texans just traded up. Do they want to get a quarterback right now? I think you guys start seeing the run here. This could be the run.
QB That's contest for Mills.
I like Davis Mills.
He's solid. I mean,
he only had 10 college starts, man.
He can start in the NFL, which is important.
Yeah, and I when I say I like him, I just think he's like serviceable. Like, I think for where he was picked, very serviceable quarterback. Like, just I don't know. He's probably still way bottom of the league, but okay, who did Texans take? Christian Harris, Bama linebacker.
Oh,
interesting.
That was a Pats, a name that came up in conjunction with the Pats a lot.
Some people really don't like him, Harris. Like I've heard people like really low on him.
Yeah,
but I feel like Bama linebacker, you just got to try it.
What's the major knock on him?
Doesn't really look that big. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look like terribly fast. Looks like a good tackler, though. I remember there was that guy, Mac Wilson, for the Browns, right? Like, people were like, how'd this guy fall? And then he's like, yeah, he's just okay. That's how he fell. But I guess this guy's, he can blitz. They're showing his highlights. I've never really watched him up close, but I mean, third round, they traded up for him. Trading up in the third round's fine. I mean, if you see a guy you like, just go get him. Doesn't really matter about position at that point. Oh, Nick's frozen.
I'm frozen?
Oh, I thought you were. No, you were just incredibly.
I was reading the Harris profile.
You locked in. I was trying to find the slightest bit of movement. I didn't mind that you weren't talking. It was that I was just like, no, you look literally like you could have.
The knock on Harris is that his processing is terrible and that he reads very poorly. And they feel like they feel like he might not be able to be a middle linebacker, and they should kick him outside for that reason. So
we actually don't think he deserves to live anymore. I think we're just going to execute him on the spot.
So that's the big knock on him. Not like you said, linebacker is a coach's position, and that's not what a coach wants.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve to inhabit the earth anymore as our scouter. Damn. That's pretty funny. Ravens are picking in, so let's see if they can get another all-pro guy here. I don't even have my best available board, so these picks will surprise me. Like, oh shit, that guy. Oh, that guy. Like,
I think is Travis Jones still on the board? That would be a good pick for them to just keep.
No, he can't be. He can't be. But I also don't remember anybody actually taking him though. Let's see. Travis. Yeah. But Travis Jones, that would be insane, right? If they got him.
Oh, DeMarvin Leal's still on the board. He's another guy that he is the size of a position that doesn't exist anymore. He's 6'4", 285.
Yeah. That's your Belichick. Belichick Belichick might take him now because you said he hasn't changed. No, I am not seeing Travis Jones on the. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I do not think he's been picked yet.
They should because they didn't get Jordan Davis.
That defense, man. Although Lamar Jackson's like, come on, no weapons.
Shit, he's like number one now for me as a Raider fan. I want Travis Jones. We're picking in like 6 picks right now, so.
So are you enjoying the draft more since you don't have much skin in the game? God.
I had so much fun last night, man. You can go on this YouTube channel. It's not fairly far down the list. My Alex Leatherwood reaction is fucking brutal. Like I'm watching it just by myself, and I'm just like, and I knew it. I knew they were gonna do something like that.
Yeah.
Like I just knew it. But like even the things that I told myself they were gonna do, it was worse than that.
So were you happy when Gruden got
yes.
got basically?
Yeah, it was one of those ones where you can weaponize a bad thing against the elites. That's the way I look at that. We were forever a purgatory team with him. Like I don't think they were even going to be awful with him. Like they were going to be perpetually 7-9 or whatever, and 8-8. That was the ceiling with Gruden.
I think he's going to slink back into like media life in like a couple years or something.
He needs to start his own channel, like whatever that retired bullshit football academy thing that he did was great, and it would play so well on like YouTube or like Odyssey or Rumble or something. Like if he did that and just, could find us some like retired coaches to talk to. Are you kidding me? I would listen to that guy talk for like 5 hours.
I would go work as one of his minions. Like
he rocks.
I would learn how to do video editing to do that. Like
it hurts so bad that it didn't work with him. Like it hurts so. Not that like I wasn't even really stoked on the hire, but I was just like, man, can it work? Like I like where we're at right now. Dave Ziegler's done a really nice job with the Raiders, and I like McDaniels, man. I like McDaniels. I like that he realized he's not a GM like he tried to be in Denver.
His mentor is not much of a. Well, he's I don't know. Yeah, he seems like the one guy from the Patriots tree that really seems to like have it and is capable of truly being like a great head coach.
Brandon Marshall, who like they didn't end on good terms, he's still the smartest coach I've ever seen.
Yeah, and when a guy doesn't like a guy and you can still compliment him like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And it's Brandon Marshall, who's like an insane person that will just like you know what I mean? Like he'll air you out. Like it's not even like he's like, well, I'm going to be political, about this. Like he's going to be like, no, I would be like Josh McDaniels, scum of the earth, or like he'd say that, and he's just like, no, he was just young and kind of like brash and just like unapproachable. And like they asked McDaniels, when you need to work out, he was like, I need to be more approachable. So it's like even he knew whether that happens or not, who knows. But there were so many times where the Raiders, Gruden's game plans got so stale throughout the year. And I know McDaniels can game plan, and that's what I need. So oh gosh, what are the Ravens going to do here? They're going to take Travis Jones. Travis Jones, fucking why not?
Did they really?
Yeah.
Picked in? Yeah.
What? Dude, this is like that.
I feel like the Raven. Like I feel like I'm in the Ravens draft room with them. Like they just are like.
Steve Palazzolo is picking for the Ravens, and it's falling his way.
Well, I refer to this as ETF drafting because basically you're just going with the wisdom of the market and like looking at the sort of meta mock and drafting off that. I've always wondered if that would just, you couldn't do it as a GM, you'd get fired. But if you said, I'm just going to look at consensus mocks and draft based off those, like I think you would beat on average be better.
The Raiders would be like on their 5th straight playoff appearance if that happened. like no, quite literally, they would have drafted Deebo Samuel over Jonathan Abram. They would have drafted like I forget who it was over Jacobs. There was not much there, but like they would have definitely drafted Brian Burns or somebody like that, and they would have drafted CeeDee Lamb, and they would have drafted or whoever, and then they definitely wouldn't have drafted Damon Arnett. So it's
I just want one coach to just try the strategy, because it definitely will work better than average.
I bet you somebody does. The fucking Ravens might be doing it. Ozzie Newsome's not there. He might lie about his process. Like if you sat him down with the interview, he's like, "Oh, here's what I do." Yeah. He's probably just like, "Dude, I'm on the Athletic. I'm on PFF fucking Edge subscription. Like
There's a website called Grinding the Mocks that like aggregates them all. I mean, you could like if you're like we're legitimately doing this process, you would probably want to throw some weights in there to like weight certain people higher than others. But it's the same thing as like instead of stock picking, you just buy ETFs and invest in the market. Like it's the same principle.
We need to stop those type of people, though, man. I need more football guys. That's the thing. Yeah. Like we can't allow that to happen. Like I can't have Mike McDaniel win anything. Like I already have to like.
I'm turning it into baseball, which is not what we want.
We need to gatekeep. I don't care if we drive the sport down to the fucking ground. We need to gatekeep. Seriously, like Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel looks like he runs r/Dolphins. Like that shouldn't be your coach. I'm sorry.
It's funny because he reminds me of like me and my friends, but I don't know if that's a good thing. Like,
no, that's what I mean. Like I shouldn't coach football, so I don't want anyone to remind me of me. Like, oh, Bernard Ryman just went to Indianapolis. That's a great pick.
Oh shoot, I forgot he was even kicking around still. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, Mike Renner that's gonna be Mike Renner's favorite pick of the draft.
Well, I mean, he's like, I don't really. What's the difference between Bernard Raymond and Trevor Penning? Like they're both like huge guys with all the physical tools that need to refine stuff.
I think Penning probably knows slightly more, but he probably is like Raymond probably is not an insane person. So like I was just talking about that on my stream last night. Like another thing people are falling for is like the fake tough offensive lineman. Like people still want that. That's like what, like as much as we love that, that's not here anymore. You need the technician, like guy that reads and stuff. Like that's how you play offensive line now, unfortunately.
Taylor Lewan is the guy I think of when I think of that archetype that you're describing.
Yeah, and he's overrated.
Yeah, like just tatted up hardo. That's just like gonna try to drive you into the ground like 3 seconds after the whistle, and it's like, dude, the play's over. Like,
yeah, and I don't think even Trevor Penning's as good as him. That's the thing. Like, you don't even get the good Taylor Lewan part of that. I think he's just going to be one of those guys like, wow, what a nice throw from Jameis to Chris Olave for 30 yards. Illegal hands to the face. It's coming back. Like just that's going to be what Trevor Penning does. Browns are picking here. I don't know if this is one of the Watson picks, or no, I'm sorry, it wouldn't be that's the Texans. But I think is this their first pick, the Browns? I don't know. Let's see.
No, they draft. Who the heck is this guy? Martin Emerson.
Oh yeah, they did say that because the Miz. I brought up the Miz.
I don't think I've heard of this guy.
No, I that was when we were like, yeah, I think we're getting to that point in the draft. But it's funny because there's still so many quarterbacks on there. Like Malik Willis is still there.
Yeah.
Alex Wright from UAB. Never heard of him. Good size though, man. 6'5", 271 defensive end. Jeez. They got the Blue Man Group there. That's pretty sick. So
the founder of the Blue Man Group went to my alma mater.
Did he?
Yeah.
Do they have like a statue?
No statue. But it's one of the it's not a big school, so it's like one of the like things they hang their hat on.
I was to say, I mean, why that makes me think they should have a statue now. Like, it's just, like I saw in forget where it was. It was it like Serbia or something, or somewhere random? No, Montenegro. They have a statue of Alexander the Great there because he like technically was born there.
They're just looking for something.
No, and he's just like all over the place, like Alexander the Great. They're like, bro, this is our export. Is this guy? Like, so that I understand. Like I say when that's all you got, you lean into it, man. Like, and like look at like the Cubs in baseball, like the 2016 team, like that whole team is like immortalized, like even though like other teams, they might not, with more winning traditions, like they might not like care about individual players as much.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, who did the Chargers pick in the second round? Or did they not? No, they gave up that pick to Chicago. Okay, that's right, for Khalil Mack. I forgot that's a thing. That sucks. Chicago picked Zion Johnson in the first round, which he's as good as he is. That just doesn't scare me that much.
No, and the guard from Texas A&M,
yeah,
Kenyon Green, that guy has some like huge fans. Like
people, Chris Collinsworth is a huge.
Yep. Yeah. He was. I watched. I kind of had on in the background today while I was working, like watching live streams that I wasn't able to watch because I was with my friends. Like I watched the PFF one. I watched some of Brett Coleman, who I really like his draft stuff.
Yeah.
He goes like 30 deep on positions. It's kind of crazy.
For sure. Yeah, I listened to just a few podcasts at work today, like just getting back into it because like there was things I forgot about. Like I kind of had forgotten about the Jahan Dotson pick. Like I just like
the Commanders, yeah.
They had,
I don't know.
They had, I like him. I do actually.
So that's more of a eye of the beholder pick because some people have him as like one of their top receivers in this class.
Yeah. He's just a slot. I mean,
he looked like a sure-handed slot guy, which to me doesn't scream like early first-round pick.
No, but I get it though. Like I totally get it, and yeah, maybe not. I mean, granted, the thing is like the problem is you were at 11,
right?
And you could have gone Olave or Williams there, and it's kind of crazy that they clearly like Jahan Dotson more than those two guys, right? I mean,
yeah, you think so.
I don't know. Maybe I can't assume that, but like I just can't imagine you're like, I love these two guys. Let me trade back now. Like I don't know. That just felt weird because like that's where it's weird that like you have him higher than those guys. I'm not even a big Olave guy, but I pick maybe.
I was a little. I've softened on the Olave pick because I didn't realize that the compensation that they gave up to move up during the draft was not really that major.
No, but
I still don't love it
next year, right?
What's that?
Oh, you're talking about the one during the draft. The move
that
they had. No, that was nothing. It was like a fourth, right?
Yeah. I thought it was more than that. I thought that it was in addition to that trade that they made.
Yeah, no, the initial trade they made is still weird.
Yeah, that looks kind of bad, but I mean, they must have loved Olave and wanted to go and get him.
Penning, like that's like you love Penning because truly, you could have still gotten Olave by staying where you were and just trading up, with your one pick. But to get that second pick, that means you loved Penning, in my opinion. Like, okay, who are the Chargers taking? JT Woods out of Baylor. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, we're starting to get into the.
No, I just didn't want it to be one of those like, fuck, that guy's still there because the Chargers got him because they
is day 3 4th round and over, or is it?
Yeah, 4th and over. Okay. We're already there's comp picks in this round, so that's what makes it go longer. But yeah, my dad's laughing at me. He's like, hey, this year you have to. He's a Rams fan. He's like, this year you have to wait as long as I normally do. Like. For the picks, like, so yeah, I like it, man. The draft's really enjoyable when you're not picking and you got a good player. It's not like you're we're still in the honeymoon phase with Devontae Adams, so like it's not like it was, Carson Palmer.
Yeah.
For the Raiders.
He hasn't let you down yet either.
Yeah,
I don't think he will. Like, he's gonna produce.
Yeah, guys come to the Raiders and all of a sudden they're cat and stuff, and like they're
really?
they're like they're just like their ankle, like, oh, now I have this debilitating ankle injury. You're just like, oh, and then all of a sudden he gets traded to New England and he's fucking amazing. You're like, oh, I guess he's healthy now. Alex Guerrero fucking put some damn Old Bay seasoning on his leg and or something. Like, I don't know.
Do you think that the Las Vegas part is a true handicap? Like,
no.
Okay, you don't.
They're good. I think they're way better. I think they're way less of a joke, unfortunately. And that's sacrilege to me as a Bay Area guy. Like, I loved them in
what I meant is, like, you don't think are the players getting in more trouble because they live in Las Vegas than if they lived in Cleveland or whatever?
I mean, it's possible, but I don't think it's that bad. Like, okay. You can get fucked up anywhere if you're rich. Like, like you can be drunk and drive. I know what I want it to become is bad for opposing teams.
Yeah. Yep. The old Sunday afternoon game in Miami where in the NBA where it's like an auto win for them.
And not even like, oh, they get in trouble and get arrested. Just like, these guys. And I think teams,
they're hungover. Yeah.
Well, what's going to happen is I think right away coaches are like over preparing for that, and I think eventually they'll get lax on it. And I think that's like, because it's like not a novelty anymore. Like, people already like have accepted that there's football in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like it's happened for 2 years now. Last year you had fans. But I like the stadium. I mean, like I like as much as I love like a gritty old like baseball converted stadium just for like the sake of the grittiness of the NFL. Like, it's nice to have like facilities players actually want to play in. The state has no state income tax. It's easier to sign guys, easier to get guys to stay. And it's just, they were so bad in Oakland, like so bad. I think that's like something that had to happen, honestly, just to like be better. They haven't had a losing season there yet, so.
Yeah, I hate the Rams stadium. It looks
I think
it looks so garish and like it looks like a spaceship. I don't know. It doesn't have like a like you're just talking about how, I don't know. It's like new and expensive, but it's not like, it has no character to it, or like, I don't know. It just feels like this weird like dystopian like hellhole when you go in there. The video screen's giant. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think my dad wants to go because he wants to go for to see a Rams game in person. He's actually never been, and he's been a fan since like the 70s. But
wow, yeah.
Well,
I mean, they weren't in town for a while.
Yeah, it's not his local team, but at some point you figured it would happen. But like St. Louis, he never went. LA never went, and this time he's like, yeah, let's go. I said, yeah, that sounds good. He's like looking for a game on the schedule that looks winnable, which is funny because like they're a good team. Like, a lot of games are winnable. So I think he's gonna pick Atlanta.
Yeah,
Atlanta coming in.
Cordale Flott. I don't know who that is.
I think he used to sing for the Temptations.
Cordale Flott.
No, I don't know. It sounds like 70s.
Once you get like, isn't it like typically like pick 100? That's like sort of that's where you're just hoping that they stick on a roster, mostly.
Special teams starts becoming a factor. Like when you're like, hey, like, we'll draft you, but can you like be a gunner maybe too, along with the thing that you play right now? But
so yeah, did the people like advising Nakobe Dean screw up by telling him not to? It's really get surgery, because it seems like had he gotten surgery and they're just like, okay, you're going to be healthy next year. Well, like,
you're not. I'm not going to take Vordale. What was the guy's name? The guy we just said, like
Cordale Flott.
Cordale Flott. Like it has to be really bad if I'm like, I'm going to take Cordale Flott instead of this guy from Georgia who's their best linebacker. Like, Quay Walker might be better NFL size and speed profile, but like, he's not better than Nakobe Dean right now. Like, he's not a better player. And Raiders picking like 4 picks.
Yeah, we're back to back. It's
yeah. So one of our 2 teams should take him. I like, it's a pectoral. Like, it's not. I don't know. Like,
I'm wondering if there's more to the story that just
it's gotta be
aren't privy to.
It's got to be. Maybe that's the cover up because teams aren't moving up. Nobody's doing anything. Like if he was just like, I had this guy slip through the cracks, somebody would trade up for him right now. Like I mean, that guy's good. I mean, he's good. He's just, I thought he was a little bit small, right? I think that was his knock. Like, I don't know. It didn't shock me that he didn't get drafted last night, but for sure I expected him right at the beginning of day 2. Like, there's no question whatsoever beginning of day 2.
So I have heard of Malone. He's kind of just a pure pass rush guy. I don't know a lot about it, but I remember him being
22 pressures last year is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in Western Kentucky, but still, like, so James Cook got drafted by Buffalo. I was like the first pick I saw right here, which I thought was a good pick for the Buffalo. That's like Patriot style pass catching running back right there.
Buffalo's like they've seemed to be a very rational team at the draft lately. It's
I didn't understand the Elam trade up for Elam thing yesterday though.
Yeah,
it didn't feel necessary.
I also don't think he really fits the way their secondary works.
No, and none of it
knocks.
worked. Yeah, none of it made sense to me. Like that part of it. I don't know. I just thought they were gonna like maybe try to get a lineman or somebody like that, but I just right there the corner kind of hit a lull there. They probably wanted McDuffie, so they probably felt the need.
Yeah,
he got taken by Kansas City. Kansas City traded up, right, and then he probably felt the need to. Oh, we need to get our next guy right there. But looking at still the big guys on the board. For our two teams here, Tariq Woolen. I actually kind of like Tariq Woolen taking a chance on him pretty soon. Darian Kennard, he's still on the board. Perion Winfrey, who I like, the Oklahoma defensive tackle.
Is he still on the board? I think he got drafted. Hold on.
This tweet was 1 minute ago. So
okay, he was still on the board.
Unless they're wrong. No. Raiders beat writers are actually wrong a lot. That's the problem with them.
No, it was Phil Darian Mathis is who I was confused.
Yeah, I knew that name rocks. Like I didn't really know much about him, but he was the Bama DT. It made sense to me now, but that name's cool. But yeah, Perion Winfrey would be nice.
All right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom before our picks go off.
Handle it. Huh? No, this is a contact phase. Did you? What was I supposed to have? Wow. Damn. I do believe Kirby Joseph's still available. I'm looking in the chat. Yeah, I do believe he is. Wow, Nakobe Dean, man. Nakobe Dean. Yeah, this is where he fell. So neither of us. I'll wait till he gets back. Neither of our teams are going to be able to pass on him, which is nice. I'm interested to see Ziegler's first draft pick, though. This is going to be insane. Nakobe Dean to the Eagles.
Oh, okay. So someone finally made the pick.
Why the hell not, dude? No one's ever gonna fault you for that.
Are you watching the broadcast? Like, what are they saying?
That his pro comp is Jonathan Vilma. Yeah, let me see. Hold on.
But is anyone like explaining this?
Yeah, let me see. Nothing so far. They're just talking about his game so far, but yeah, I don't know. They're fucking going insane in the Eagles war room though. Like for a third round pick, that doesn't feel
right
like warranted typically. So they're just like fuck yeah, like we got away with murder type thing. I mean, it's worth the risk. You have to. I mean, unless there's something we don't know. But I just even then, like when the Niners took Marcus Lattimore, it made sense. Like even though he never played.
Yeah, I mean everyone is giving glowing praise right now on Twitter. So I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. There's something. I feel like there's more to this story to come out.
Well, he might just have to sit out a year. I mean, that might just be the problem.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, as much as I like him, he's not that special. I don't think. Like he's just good.
Yeah. With a Jabo, you're gonna get a productive edge rusher in a year. Like with him,
might even be able to be back in the second half of the year too.
True. With Dean,
yeah.
With Dean, you're like, well, is this guy big enough to even work in the NFL?
And the Ravens, I know they're switching schemes, but with the Ravens, like they always find a way to get a guy rushing like clean off the edge. Like that's kind of their thing, and then play that man coverage. Maybe they're going to pivot from that. I'm not sure, but some of the like Ojabo and Owe are like perfect guys for that. That like just that like run free to the quarterback and just finish the job. It's like God, man. Then they get Travis Jones. Fuck, I'm still. Yeah, I don't know.
Stout. I mean, that's that's always been their identity is defense. So.
Yeah. No, it's true.
They're gonna need Rashad Bateman to be a real number one because it's him and Devin Duvernay, I think.
Yeah, and I'm a Lamar Jackson truther. I don't think wide receivers matter that much for him. I think you need smart veteran wide receivers that know where to stop and know how to just basically find that weird soft spot in his zone when Lamar runs around. That's all you need.
Sort of the Kelsey Mahomes stuff where
Robert Woods would have been the trade I would wanted them to make, like that style of wide receiver, which his contract is kind of big, so it's not that doable, but that would have been something for them, like a Robert Woods, those type of guys. I feel like they're better, and I like Rashad Bateman a lot for that reason. That's kind of what his game is, so that was a good pick for them. But these free get him a fucking speedster and stuff. The deep ball doesn't.
Jamison Williams wouldn't have been used as well with him.
It wouldn't have mattered. It's just, and I think they realized that making that mistake with Hollywood Brown. And not that I don't think Hollywood Brown's even that good, anyways. Oh, your guys' pick is in right now.
Leal to Pittsburgh. I like that pick for them.
Okay, they took DeMarvin Leal. Okay, your Patriots are being announced right now. So let me.
Who is even on the board now?
They're
probably going to pick some guy I've never heard of. Oh, Leo Chanel is still on the board. That should be who they pick. I love Leo
Chanel. Yeah,
that's a sprint to pick to the podium situation. I would think.
Let's see. Marcus Jones, the Houston corner. I like that pick for you guys.
Yeah, that's solid. They needed corner.
Yeah. And he's a returner. He's a punt returner too, big time punt returner. And the Raiders look like they traded back with Tennessee, a couple picks.
Oh, that sucks.
I know. I was hoping that would have been cool to go back to back, but that's fine. I'm down if they want to pick up, if they can pick up a 5th round or something out of that. I don't hate that. Maybe they might have even just got a 6th, probably, but yeah. Yeah, they traded. It looks like they traded back. Yeah, interesting. So, yeah, Marcus Jones. That's not a bad. People were having him sneaking in the second round sometimes.
Has that corner from the I forget which UT school, but he tested off the charts. Has that guy hasn't been picked?
That's
yet,
Woolen, right?
Yeah. Okay, he has been picked.
Yeah.
Ooh, this guy's 5'8", 170 with 28-inch arms. He's a little guy.
Marcus Jones.
Yeah, that's why he's here. in the
Cyrus, more like Cyrus Jones. Right? What was that guy's? Wasn't that the guy the Patriots had for a while? That like Alabama returner guy. Yeah, because this guy's a kick returner too.
The comp I'm seeing, and it says as return talent, is Dante Hall.
Oh, so he's a kick returner. This is why they're picking.
He's a kick returner that you might be able to play at slot corner. Kick returner in the 3rd round is.
And who returns kicks anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, is he a punt returner too? I mean, you'd hope, right?
Yeah.
You got to be able to at least return punts. That's valuable. But like, Tennessee's getting this pick, so Raiders 4 picks after that. So that's that would have been crazy. I thought we were gonna go back to back. That would have been cool, but that's all right. Raiders need to get a couple more picks. I gotta close this fucking chat. I know what the Titans just got right now, and I don't want to spoil it.
That was the hard. That was like the really hard part for me with watching with my friends because we set it up on Zoom, so the broadcast is actually playing on the Zoom call, and then the little chats are on the side, and it was like I kept checking Twitter, and I was like, oh, I know like 3 picks from now.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it. I mean, I get it because like, people are at work, people are like not watching and stuff, so it doesn't matter the timing of it, but. Like when I was at work, I remember you were in the Discord and you were like, Ravens, like, oh man, Ojabo's still on the board. And I'm like, no, they already have him. Like, yeah, he's already on the team. Yeah. Yeah. So it's crazy. So I know what Tennessee's doing here, and this is a monster pick. They definitely, the Raiders will be tied to this pick too, for sure. Interesting. Is
it Malik Willis?
Yeah, it is. I mean, fuck it. Who cares? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay. I was trying to think of like who's left that would be a big deal. Like,
yeah, it's Willis.
So
that's interesting. It's a good spot for him too. I think. Gadget, you get your Treylon Burks, Derrick Henry, and Malik Willis attack. If you get creative on offense, that could be fun. Interesting.
So Tannehill's under contract for
2 more years.
Yeah.
38 mil. Cap hit. That's big. I like Tannehill too.
He's solid. I don't like, but I can kind of understand why. I mean, he's
no. If you're gonna sit Malik Willis for a year. I mean, he's not taking Tannehill's job this year unless Tannehill is a tire fire.
He's probably going to be like a year-to-year guy after his contract's up.
They're for sure going to bring him in like red zone situations, though. They're going to like do shit like
that.
Yeah.
Do people still do the Wildcat? Not really.
No, but they do the pistol kind of thing where you do a pistol with like the Raiders did it with Mariota last year, and actually was pretty effective. And Willis is like a supercharged version of that. So, yeah, I could see them doing that and like kind of, damn, Malik Willis looks pissed.
Yeah, he's drafted to a team that has a good quarterback.
But not even that. I think he's just pissed that he's even like still there. You know, he clearly had like an event, like a family like a huge gathering. You know, like he clearly had like he's in Vegas right now. Like he would. You know, I mean, I can't even blame him. I thought he was going to go in the first round. Like.
Yeah, it must be kind of awkward.
He's like taking it all in and he's crying now, but like he looked at first, he was like, motherfucker, like, no, I mean, I get it. Like if you needed Malik Willis to start next year, I don't know if that was necessarily the move, you know? Like,
yeah, sort of fairly good restraint from all the teams this year, it seems. Or it just speaks to they really did not like any of these quarterbacks. Or I mean, they like him enough to take him. Sam Howell's still on the board. He's going to go in the 4th round. Like,
I wouldn't even hate if the Raiders drafted him right now. I mean, they shouldn't, and there's still other guys there, but like certain times, like Sam Howell's. If that's your, I don't know, man. Like it's something. Like I'd understand it if they did.
I like him from a like personality standpoint.
Yeah, and I think he's actually pretty good. It's just the height, man. Like, I actually think he's pretty good. his senior year, he like lost all the talent the year before, like around him. He had like nothing, like truly nothing, like around him. It wasn't like
it was two running backs and a wideout went to
De'Ami Brown, and the two, like not just two running backs, two like really good running backs.
Yeah,
like,
the one in Denver is like really good, right? Javonte Williams.
And I even think Michael Carter's pretty solid too. Like he's not like he still like could end up being something in the NFL, like both those guys. And I think they lost a lineman too. Like it's like, he truly didn't have any, like he had to like run. They turned into like a quarterback running style offense. Like, so, and some of the stuff he does as a runner is weird, man. Like it's like insane. It shouldn't work, but it does. And it's not like he's in the, Trey Lance FCS shit. He's, the ACC does have football players, like real football players. So yeah, Malik Willis, interesting. Super interesting to Tennessee.
I'm gonna go let my cat in. He's like clawing at the door.
Handle it, yeah. Yeah, Kennard. I'm not big on Falele. Woolen for sure. I think Perion Winfrey's another guy that I really like. So I think I'd go with him. Perion Winfrey's kind of where I would go because I think the Raiders need some help at defensive tackle. So
that's the pet pick that you'd like to see happen. Well, 3 picks away. I feel like the Cardinals are not turning into, but are like a dumb team. Like,
yeah, they're midgets, man. How are you gonna have just a bunch of small people? Center for ants? Like it's insane. Rondale Moore.
Their decision making seems very strange. Like I don't know. You're not a Kyler believer. I think he's I think he's capable. I think he's fun to watch. I love watching him on Sundays. It's like can't believe that's a quarterback in the NFL.
That's a good pick. I like this guy. I like that Cameron Thomas, San Diego State guy.
Oh, yep.
I liked him. That was a good pick for them. They lost Chandler Jones to my Raiders, so they're gonna definitely need some help there.
Future Hall of Famer Chandler Jones.
Yeah, and he's still good, man. I thought it was a good signing.
He's mastered pass rushing.
Yeah, he's just smart and he's just a freak, man. Like everybody likes him too. Everybody says he's super cool. So I'm pretty excited about that signing. But so you got Dallas, Buffalo, then the Raiders. But yeah, this is something. I gotta talk about my Raiders here real fast. Let me see Darian Kennard. I wouldn't hate that at all. I have a feeling Dallas is taking him right here, though. Somebody's going to take him, either Buffalo or Dallas. Darian Kennard. I'm not a Falele guy, as we said earlier. Kobe Bryant out of Cincinnati is interesting there. I would go with Tariq Woolen because I've actually heard from some people, some tape guys, that they think he can go to free safety.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of scan the field. I don't hate that 4-2-6, letting that guy just roam back there. I don't hate that at all.
The thing I read on the other corner from Cincy was like they didn't throw to his side. It was like
it was all Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, which is weird because typically
he won the Thorpe Award.
Typically, like the sign of being a good cornerback is that no one throws at your side.
No, he won the Thorpe Award, which like people. Oh, the Cowboys took Jalen Tolbert. That's a pick.
Yeah, I that was a guy, a wideout. I'm kind of surprised. Well, 3rd round. Yeah, that's a guy I was interested in for the Pats.
But we just about Jalen Tolbert. Yeah, no, that's. They needed that. Yeah,
we went full Al Davis with our wide receiver pick. Like just 4th fastest guy since 2006 at the combine.
Yep, for sure. Buffalo up next. Yeah, no, Jalen Tolbert, South Alabama Jaguars. I had a friend who used to be a graduate assistant over there and coached there for a while. He coached Gerald Everett, who's in the league right now for Seattle. But
does he tell you stories? Like, what's that life like?
He actually originally was at Oregon as a grad assistant the year that they played Cam in the championship. Originally there, he was just a grad assistant, so that was insane. Like that level of college football, you know what I mean? You're just like, holy shit! Like, or even just Oregon, you're like, this is insane.
Did he play D1 football and he just wanted to kind of stay in
No,
the mix?
he went. I forget where he went to college, but he ended up just like Well, I think he went to Oregon actually. He went to junior college and then went to Oregon and then just stood on as a grad assistant. And then like he was just, I mean, this dude was like a grinding like football guy. Like he was just
Yeah.
like
He probably
he's
was
one
like,
of those guys like never really watched the games, but he was like obsessed with like high school tape and like stuff like that. Like just but never would watch like an NFL. He'd be like, this is boring. I'm not gonna watch an NFL game. You know,
that's a strange type, but yeah. I mean,
and I know a few guys like that, like where they're just like, you know, that's fine.
once if I start talking about like 3-star high school recruits that are like 15, like just shoot me in the head.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I'm in too deep at that point, you know?
Yeah. I don't think I should be any more than I am now.
Yeah, it's a good depth.
Yeah, I don't think I should. I don't think I should be any more into football than I am now. Like I think that's good. I don't want to be less, but I'm good.
Well,
right
actually,
now.
one of my goals this year is to get a lot better with understanding the cap. So that's kind of what I'm working on.
Yeah, but there's a number element to that I think is like still could help you in other things. You know, like that makes sense. But I'm talking about the actual like inner workings of the actual game being played. Like I don't need to know any more than I do. Like it's Terrell Bernard out of Baylor for Buffalo. Never heard of him. I've never heard of any of these Baylor guys, but they're getting drafted. I remember Jalen Petrie was the guy that I liked, and he went early second.
Oh yeah.
So I believe in our mock I had him at 25th to Tennessee. So I was very big on him. But okay, looks like all our guys are here. We are on the clock. Las Vegas Raiders. LVR. It's Dave Ziegler's first pick ever, which I've pretty much loved every move he's made so far. Chandler Jones, Devontae Adams, Anthony Averett was a corner for Baltimore that I thought had some good moments last year. They signed him for cheap. So, yeah, they've done a lot of really good things. They have not touched the offensive line, which makes me wonder if that's what they're doing here. They got rid of Tom Cable as a coach, which is definitely an addition by subtraction. Brought in a guy from the Patriots. But they've already got the pick in, so there's somebody they like. And I didn't even see the compensation. I'm just scared to go on Twitter right now. If there's any Raider fans watching, what did we get for trading back in the third round? Can you just put that in the chat, please? All right. Who do we? That's right. Daryl LaMonica just died.
We're at the point where ESPN's saying Matt Corral is the best available. So
yeah, and I disagree. Yeah. Sam Howell. Damn.
Because the Pats have another pick, I think, in like 3 or 4 picks.
Yeah, 4 picks from now. Yeah. All right. Oh, Marcus Allen's going to be announcing. Wow. Announcing the pick. And Wayne Newton. It's pretty good.
I mean, Vegas.
No, I know. They have a Elvis, like Raider Nation Elvis statue in the stadium. Like he's like raided out, like if he was at a Raider game in the black hole. Like it's kind of crazy. Like they really combine the worlds. All right.
Yeah, it's weird how that kind of just it works and it's fine. It's like Oakland and Vegas were like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, fuck it. I just win, baby. Just please start winning games. I don't care. So Wayne Newton's gonna read the pick. All right. Hopefully it's like a crazy Nigerian name, and Wayne Newton can't pronounce it.
Yeah, because he doesn't know ahead of time. It's not like he can practice.
No. Or does he? Is it all a conspiracy? How about that?
No, I think the draft is
false flag draft guy. All right. Let's see. Never heard of Dylan Parham in my life.
Oh no, that's a good. I like that pick.
He
is. That's a guard I thought that the Pats were going to get in like the 3rd round instead of the guy we drafted. It's so strange.
Interesting. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
But
I mean, it fits. They need a guard. I mean, they need to bring in somebody there. So
solid guard, and it's the 3rd round. That's when you should be drafting a solid guard, not 20 something overall.
Interesting. Okay. Well, 6'2", 311, good, perfect guard size. That's
no. This is a guy that I often, when I would run my mock drafts to see who I could get for the Pats, just playing with the sliders, like often ended up with him in the 3rd round. So I like that pick.
So Daniel Jeremiah thinks he's a center, which is interesting because they did one of the dumbest center swaps last year under Gruden, where they got rid of Rodney Hudson and paid Andre James, undrafted free agent, without ever really playing him substantially.
Yeah.
So that's interesting if they decide that that's a center. So, that's
probably what they're intending it to be. If
I don't hate it. I mean, either way, guard, center. I mean, the yes and yes. So that's super interesting to me. Okay, so they got pick number 169 back for trading back. So that's probably a 5th rounder.
What pick?
For when they traded, the Raiders traded back with Tennessee, they got pick 169 back. That's got to be a 5th rounder, I believe. Right?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. So they have 3 5th round picks, so they can get up into the 4th if they like somebody. That'll be nice, and or even trade back, get a 6th or something. But so Tampa, so yeah, you guys go in a couple picks here, so that's good. Dylan Parham. Okay, I gotta look up Dylan Parham for a little bit.
He's played right tackle too. So this I think that's why the Pats might have been interested in him, is the positional versatility. They love that stuff. But yeah, I think you can be content with this pick.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at him now. I think I remember somebody talking about him, and like somebody like saying, "Hey, this guy's a solid, something." So yeah, that's good. Now all my Raider fan friends are texting me right now, so. So yeah, that'll be interesting. You guys could go. What do you want right here?
Is Chanel still on the board?
He's got to be.
Yeah, I want Chanel.
Yeah, good fast linebacker for sure. Yeah, Dylan Parham. Yeah, so that'll be interesting because the Raiders have not really brought in anybody on offensive line at all, and they did not have a good offensive line last year. So and they didn't bring anybody to compete with Alex Leatherwood. They didn't compete with anything. They left their guards alone. This is the first thing. So, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, Dylan Parham. That's Darian Kennard's still there too, which is interesting. So, yeah, that's let's.
Perrion Winfrey's still on the board too.
That's kind of who I wanted, to be honest.
That's a guy I'd be. He's more of just like a run stuffing fatty, right?
Yeah, pretty much. He's just like a classic. What is that? They call it zero.
Yeah.
Where you just plug shit up like that.
Because that's kind of what we need. Because Barmore's more of a knifing, like agile DT. We have Devin Godshaw who kind of plays the fatty role usually, but.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's see, I'm trying to see who do we. I want to see if what the scouts are saying about, or what the Twitter experts are saying about Dylan Parham. I gotta see.
It's hard to get mad at like a fairly reasonable.
No, I'm not mad at all. Yeah, I mean,
third.
Yeah, no, not at all. I just want to see, I want to see if anybody loved him. That's really what I'm looking for. They were like, "Oh shit, hell yeah!" Yeah, some people are saying he's projecting as a center. That's where it gets really interesting. This guy in one of my chats is saying USFL Hall of Famer Malik Willis got drafted tonight. I see. Fucked up, dude. That's not a 0% chance, by the way. Either. Bucks are up. Let's see what the Bucks are doing here. Oh, the Bucks got Rashad White. A lot of people like him, the Arizona State running back.
Yep.
A lot of people like him. Fast. Yeah, he's interesting. So you guys, 2 picks from now. That's
yeah, I mean, Leo Chanel's the guy I want, so we've kind of established this, but we'll see.
What's going on with that? Like, why is he still on the board? I mean, that's actually linebackers haven't really been falling off the board like that. So that's interesting. Dylan Park.
He was born the year before Tom Brady got drafted. Here's the Packers' latest selection.
Dylan Parham did not allow a sack in 511 pass blocking snaps. I'll take it.
They like tackles that can play guard, and I think Sean Ryan kind of fits the mold there. Does a nice job of playing with leverage, stays attached. The Thibodeau game was
Sean Ryan out of UCLA. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with them. I remember somebody talking about a UCLA tackle. That's probably who they meant, but yeah.
Well, did he play tackle in college? But he's just not. Yeah. He's a kick inside guy.
Is he? Yeah.
He looks Samoan. He looks Samoan too. Pac-10, Pac-12 Samoan.
It does, yeah. Pac-12 Samoan. Right around round 3, I pull the trigger every time.
Yeah. We're
having a run back right now.
Oh, is that what's happening?
Yeah, Carolina.
How far back? Like, what are we stockpiling at this point?
You're not even on the scroll at this point.
Oh no!
And Carolina doesn't have a 3rd round pick, so that means you guys are in the 4th.
Maybe compensation from next year for.
Oh, Dr. Disrespect is doing the Niners draft pick.
I don't. What is that?
He's like a video game Twitch guy. I thought I thought he got canceled once.
Oh, okay.
I thought he said a slur on his thing. That's why that's the only reason I know him. But,
I mean, video game Twitch streamer is not. That's not my scene.
No, so me neither. I was like, the only guys I know are the guys that have said slurs like PewDiePie and shit like that. Those are the guys who I know who those guys are.
Maybe this is his redemption arc is starting with the NFL draft.
Yeah. It's like, we'll give you a 3rd round pick. So Carolina's got to be coming up for Matt Corral or Sam Howell. Maybe the local Sam Howell. All right, that could be something. So if you got, we are the reason Tennessee has Malik Willis, and you guys could be the guys. Carolina has Sam Howell. That's Carolina should just take him. Like, what the hell? Just be bad this year. Have Sam Howell and see what he does. Sam Howell and Sam Darnold, quarterback competition. Niners took a hyphenated running back last name that'll rush for 750 yards this year.
People really are not like enjoying this Dr. Disrespecting. They're just like, they're just letting gamers make picks now.
Yeah, there's been like 5 Twitch guys. That's Vegas though.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a market that I'm not a part of, so I don't really like.
The games that I play, like the show and Madden and stuff, like there's no need to watch anybody play those except for me. So, which I know is like the boomer take on Twitch streaming. Obviously, people like it.
Well, I mostly like just play games to like turn my mind off and like listen to music or like podcasts while I like unwind at the end of the night. Like I don't like playing games that are hard. Like I like just like playing a franchise for 10 years that like
exactly, the like assembly line style video game where it's like for me, like, Madden franchise is basically roller coaster tycoon for sports guys.
Yeah,
like
yep.
That's always the way I've thought of it.
I like the 2K create a player mode where you just like go through the career of like, oh, I'm gonna make a 5'6" point guard and see if I can work out, like that type of stuff. Stuff where you're like building stats over time. That you feel like you're making progress, but you're not really. You're just on a treadmill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm very much into that. Like, let me just be in control of this game. Like, I don't have the mental fortitude to like go through this like Xenogears style game. Like, I don't have that. I respect people that do, but I just want to every single year I want to draft a guy named Tyrone Ramirez as my left tackle in my Madden franchise. And I want the names are so funny in the Madden when you draft guys like in
the auto, yeah.
It'll be like Laquan O'Shaughnessy,
yeah.
defensive tackle. And you're like, yep, and then he's white in the picture.
It's like the old Red Sox, the old school Red Sox player Troy O'Leary. Like,
yeah, that's old. That is old school. Yeah, for sure. Exactly like that. Like,
so the Pats traded pick 94, and they're getting pick 137 from the Panthers and a 2023 third round pick. Like, it's value. It's just value.
They don't care about the third round this year. Then they want
yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, like the Panthers are probably going to be bad next year, so that third round pick. Oh, it's 2023. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got my years off.
Yeah, you could get presumably a top 10 third round pick, even top 5.
Yeah. So you're something like.
I don't think the Panthers are in a bad. I'm
65 to 75.
I don't even think the Panthers are as bad as the Falcons, though. That's what people. I don't know.
People I mean,
they're not as bad. They have some fun defensive pieces, and I think Ekwonu on that end with Moton, that's pretty cool. Like that's fun. DJ Moore's good.
Will Ritter be the starter for the Falcons?
I mean, I think he's gonna have a shot at take because he's like the guy that they say is like the most ready. Like as far as Pickett, they say about Pickett, but I actually think Ritter's the most ready guy personally. Like that I would hand the keys over to day one. I could see it. Why not? Right? I mean, like, Mariota? Here's the thing. Even if they don't, Mariota, every time he hits the ground, he's in the fucking injury tent. So like, he's gonna play at some point.
I keep forgetting about Mariota because, like, in my mind, I'm already assuming that he's injured, like, which is not a good thing. Like,
no, it's the nature of Marcus Mariota. I mean, he's kind of fun to watch sometimes, but it's just he's hurt. Matt Corral, Matt Corral. His pro comp is not Zach Wilson. Who is doing? Yeah, no. The quickest release in the draft. That's how they're marketing Matt Corral to us.
Oh, he has to. He has to like.
Yeah, well, he has one read.
Right. In a lot of those defenses, it's like, okay, if this guy is here, you go there. If this defensive guy is over here, it's like binary stuff because it's meant for it makes it like you can be a dum-dum and still operate the offense because it's like yes or no question.
That's what I mean. Yeah, and they planning on playing him this year. That's interesting. I would have gone Sam Howell personally.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Howell's probably the 4th round, or maybe this is kind of where the core. Who's coming up? Detroit could take Howell, I guess. Washington is QB needy. Yeah, those are the 2 teams that are left picking this round that could use a QB.
Yeah. So Cincinnati will be up next. Yeah, you got shit, dude. I'm not even gonna get your reaction on the.
Yeah, it's probably for the better. You didn't see last night's.
Oh, I wish, dude, because I had Mad Minnesota Ryan the Lion on, and he's got a thick Minnesota accent, so it was awesome. Like hearing him being really mad about getting. Yeah, they hadn't even made the pick, but just the big trade down. He was just so pissed at like not getting very good return for it. And then like I said, Zach was on here for Steelers stuff, and that was perfect, man. That was perfect. So Yeah, I'm actually gonna probably shut it down right now, man. I think I'm kind of tired.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, you had a long day, and
I did. I'm beat. So and I don't think unless my Raiders trade back in, I'll take that. I'll take that gamble that they won't. So,
all right. Well,
all right,
I'll
man.
see you next
Thanks for
time.
joining me, dude. All right, man.
See ya.